Hello everyone, my name is Amit Naik. So let's begin the today's topic, right? Okay. So let's begin by asking a question: how are we able to see the objects around us or this world around us? Okay, so quite simple question, right? So we are able to see because of eyes. Okay. Now just imagine you're sitting inside a dark room. Would you be still able to see the objects around you? No, right? Okay. So along with eyes, what do we need? We need light. Okay, to see the objects around us. Okay, so today's topic that we'll be studying is light. Okay, now how we are able to see, right? So we are able to see because of a phenomenon which is called as reflection of light. Which is called as reflection of light. Okay, now just imagine like you're sitting inside a room, right now you're sitting inside a room and you're able to see everything around you, right? You're able to see maybe like chairs, laptops. Okay, so suppose there's an object, any object, let's, which is placed inside your room. Okay, so you'll be able to see this object. Now why are we able to see? We are able to see because of reflection, right? Okay, so the light rays will be falling on this particular object, and what will happen to these light rays after falling on this particular object? These light rays will bounce back, right? Will bounce back, and these rays will enter our eyes, and that's how we are able to see, right? Okay, so this phenomenon is called as reflection of light. Okay, so reflection of light is nothing but the bouncing back of light into the same medium. Okay, so in this case the light came from here and it bounced back, or it went back into the same medium. Okay, so this is about reflection of light. Now let us quickly go through the laws of reflection, right, which are always studied in lower classes. Now basically there are two laws of reflection. Let's take an example. Okay, now suppose we have a surface. Okay, so this is how we denote, or this is how we draw a reflecting surface. Okay, so this part is called as the opaque surface, and this part which is plane or which is flat is called as the reflecting surface. Okay, now like I said, there are two laws of reflection. Let's begin with the first law of reflection. Okay, now suppose, imagine this is a reflecting surface. Imagine any surface. Suppose this is a mirror. Imagine a mirror. Quite easy to imagine, right? So imagine a mirror. Okay, and suppose there is a ray of light which is incident on this particular mirror, which is incident on this particular mirror. So what will this mirror do? This mirror will send this or reflect this incident ray back. Okay, so this ray is called as the incident ray. This ray which goes back is called as the reflected ray. Okay, now let us draw an imaginary line which is perpendicular to this mirror, something like this. Okay, now where have we drawn this line? We have drawn this line which is perpendicular to the mirror at the point of incidence, at the point of incidence, and this line is called as the normal. The angle between the normal and this incident ray is called as angle of incidence, and the angle between the normal and the reflected ray is called as angle of reflection. Okay, now what does the first law state? The first law states that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. The angle of incidence will always be equal to the angle of reflection. And what is the angle of incidence? It is the angle between the normal and the incident ray, and the angle of reflection is the angle between the normal and the reflected ray. Okay, so this is the first law. Let's come to the second law quickly. We'll take the same example here, right? We'll draw a perpendicular. This is the normal. This is the incident ray. This is the reflected ray. Okay, now the second law states that the incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence, right? We always draw the normal at the point of incidence, right? So the incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence, and the reflected ray, they all lie in the same plane. They all lie in the same plane. So in this example, all these three rays are lying on the in the plane of the, you can say, mobile screen, right, on the plane of the mobile screen. So this is the second law of reflection. Okay, so the first law is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, and the second law states that the incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence, and the reflected ray, they all lie in the same plane. Okay, so this is about reflection. Okay, now let's move further. Now you all have mirrors in your homes, right? We all have mirrors in our homes. We all see our faces in that particular mirror. Okay, there is one more mirror you must have also seen, which are fitted on the vehicles, right? Maybe bikes, scooters, cars, right, on the vehicles. Okay, so have you observed closely, like, what's the difference between the mirrors that we use at our homes and the mirrors which are fitted on those vehicles? Okay, now if you have observed closely, right, there is something written on the mirrors which are fitted on the vehicles. Okay, so if you haven't observed, you can observe it, right? So on the mirrors, right, which are fitted on the vehicles, it is written that objects in the mirror are closer than they appear, whereas no such thing is written on the mirrors which we use at our homes, right? So obviously these two mirrors are different. These are not the same mirrors. Okay, now what's the difference? The mirrors that we use at our homes, right, they are called plane mirrors. They are like simple flat plane mirrors, and the mirrors which are fitted on the vehicles, they are called as, there are special type of mirrors which are called as spherical mirrors, Okay, now talking about spherical mirrors, right? Okay, now as the name indicates, right, you already know what is mirror, right? Mirror is a reflecting surface. Now talking about spherical mirrors, obviously it has got something to do with the sphere. Okay, now you all know what is a sphere, right? Okay, now suppose let us take a glass sphere. Let us take a hollow glass sphere. Okay, so this is a hollow glass sphere. Okay, now what do? We kind of cut it from here. We cut it from here and remove this portion. So what do we get? We get kind of this portion, right? We kind of get this portion. Okay, now there are two surfaces, right? Okay, let me draw again. So we get this from a sphere. So this is a part of a sphere. Okay, so there are two surfaces here. This is the surface number 1, this is surface number 2. Okay, now since this is a part of a sphere, okay, that's why they are called as spherical mirrors. Okay, now how? Now talking about spherical mirrors, there are two types of spherical mirrors: concave and convex. Okay, now if you look at this particular part, right, is a part of a sphere. Now if we make this inside part, see, cave means inside, we go inside a cave, right? So cave means inside. So this is the inside part, right, of this portion. So if this portion, if we make this inside part as the reflecting surface, that means if we make this opaque and we make this reflecting surface, now this type of mirror is called as a concave mirror. Okay, so how can you define concave mirror? A concave mirror can be defined, now it is a part of a sphere, right? You have cut it from a sphere. So concave mirror can be defined as a part of a sphere, right? It is a mirror which is a part of a sphere, okay, with its reflecting side inwards, Okay, now similarly, if we make this portion as the reflecting surface and make this opaque, okay, now this is the outside, right, the bulging part. Okay, so if we make this as the reflecting surface, the bulging part which is coming outwards, bending outwards, so this type of mirror is called as the convex mirror. Okay, so Spherical mirrors are of two types: concave, right? In a concave mirror, the inside surface acts as the reflecting surface, and in the convex mirror, the outside surface or the bulging surface acts as a reflecting surface. So these are the two types of mirrors. Okay. Now talking about the vehicles, right? Okay. I gave that example of mirrors which are fitted on vehicles. So convex mirrors are fitted on those vehicles. Okay. So this is about something about spherical mirrors, concave and convex. Okay. Thank you.